Calling you a radical. This is really historic, important. It's absolute proof that the Pacific Ocean is gone. It's incredible fucking smoke. And I love all these YouTubers and vloggers, including Dutch Sense, Colbert, whatever, who took on Fukushima. And then Colbert, he slandered the shit out of me. He made up lies about me. I called him out on it too. I says, that's a lie. You know, he tried to tell people that I attacked him in D.C., blah, blah, at the Million Mile. I says, you're a liar. Well, a girl that you know did. What? What? So, remember they said the Pacific Ocean's great. And this is, I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. The PR firms, the nuclear industry, went to these people, including Google, the Department of Energy, and says, back off. Paid them? Oh, yeah. You know, look at their freaking accounts. Look at Dana and I's accounts. I mean, it's over the top, the cover-up. This, by the way, the slander of Kevin Blanch and the attack of Kevin Blanch while in critical condition, doing this historic work, are felonies. 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 In all 50 states, and they did it. So this is such historic, important. Idaho. The word Idaho means sunlight racing down the Rocky Mountains, morning sunlight cascading down the face of the mountain. That's what Idaho means, right? Wrong. That's the Bannock word, the Shoshone word, the Blackfoot, the Nesbitt. No. That's the slang word that they thought it said. That's how it got named. What? Salmon live in the Pacific Ocean? No. Utah. The Ute word for top of the mountain? Wrong again. Slang. That's what they thought it said. That's how it got named. 600, and this is incredibly important. They're moving all the way from Russia. They're trying to go into the pond, but they drained the pond. Why would they drain the pond? What a vista. By the way, that mountain is the Paramount Pictures. That's it. He lived here when he drew it. He drew it on a napkin. It's that time of year, right? They want to go into the pond. They're used to, this is their spot. They live to be 35, but guess what? Why would Weber State University drain that pond during the season when they know they come in there? Because they're evil. You know, the Russia, that's another, I mean, talk about Nobel Prize, just the fact of Russian syndrome. Kevin Blanch is the one that's identified that. The cores have burned through. Where do you think these salmon live? They live in the ocean, so Idaho puts so much money into this and time. You know, I'm an Idaho kid. I grew up freaking fly fishing in Idaho. I migrate back and forth to freaking the Pacific Ocean, to San Diego my whole life. What do they drive down I-15? They go up the Snake River, into the I remember my uncle drowned. My uncle had a seizure in the Portneuf. He had a seizure on the edge of the Portneuf in 1984, and he drowned. And so me and all my friends, we searched for his body for days. And we're like, that Portneuf goes into the Columbia, then goes into the, into the Snake, the mighty Snake, what a beast. Then into the Columbia River, and then into the Pacific Ocean. They've collapsed. 660,000 sockeye. And they put heavy work in it, and they traced these. They tracked them with sonar all the way to the ocean. 660,000 made it to the Pacific Ocean. You remember the people slandering me when I did my videos? The Great Pacific Genocide, I named it in the early days. And remember them all slandering me? I mean, videos all over slandering me. Oh, the Pacific Ocean's great and fine. I'm like, no, it's not. I remember being in California walking the coast while I'm dying of cancer. And a fish caught. I tipped over my water out of Gorda in the middle of nowhere. Remember all these other vloggers and bloggers when I walk, oh, we're going to track you, we're going to call you, we're going to do an update on Kevin Blanch's coastal walk once a freaking week. Nobody did. Talk about a lonely on your own battle. Dunford's taking this on in a big way. He knows what I'm talking about. The slander's over the top. You think about the slander, the attacks, all of it. It's beyond over the top. It's outrageous. Sunlight racing down the mountain. 660,000 made it to the ocean. They know for a fact they made it to the ocean. 27 returned. 27. They come out and they use their same old bullshit word, the one they started this with. Hey! I gotta talk to this guy. We'll continue this. He runs the bookstore. Gave me that jersey. So is this team going to be any good this year?